Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to this love reading, which explores someone's feelings about you. This reading more or less covers the 2-week period between the new moon on July 17th and the full moon on August 1st. I'll be tuning into the person on your mind to find out how they're moving towards you, how they see you, and how they feel about Gemini. I'll also see whether your head and your heart are on the same page about this person or this connection. At the end of the reading, I'll close off with what is being held back and advice for Gemini. So first off, we are going to see what each of you are gravitating towards during this period. So for your person, we have the Rainbow Reviver, and for you, Gemini, we have Life Purpose. So it seems that your person is looking for some fun, some happiness, excitement, and just really kind of being in a place of just enjoying life, enjoying their passions. It could be that they were in a period of not being in that place, and that's why they're determined to be there now. Or that's just kind of where they've been for a while. For you and this life purpose, it really seems that you are kind of making sure that your actions, the things that you say, are aligned. Basically making sure that you're not giving off any like false or like superficial kind of statements, or that basically you are being true to yourself and kind of not trying to skirt around who you really are, and trying to make sure that your love life it's like you're not trying to compromise your beliefs to have someone else fit into your life or your plans. You're really trying to make sure that the right person fits into what you want for yourself. So let's take a look now at how your person is moving towards Gemini. We have the Queen of Wands, so there is some kind of fiery passion there. In terms of how they see Gemini right now, we have the Five of Wands. So it could be that they see you as being pulled in different directions, or really being like easily thrown off your path or your game. Maybe this life purpose, this is something that you're striving for, but they're kind of seeing that things kind of can rub you the wrong way if you let it. And then in terms of how they feel about Gemini, we have the 10 of Cups. So there is definitely, and I'm noticing this rainbow of balloons, and you've got the Rainbow Reviver here. So there is a sense of they feel that you could really, when you are in that right space, where you are kind of, you know what you want, you can like easily like let things roll off your, roll off your shoulders, not stress about things too much. They see you as someone that they can have fun with. We'll see if, the ups also kind of go with the downs, because all the different colors of the rainbow here indicate the different degrees of emotions, all the various emotions that we have living, life. It's being able to support each other through those ups and the downs. So let's see, Gemini, what your heart is saying about this person or your connection. You've got the King of Wands, so your heart is also indicating that this is something that you want to pursue. You got the King and Queen of Wands here. Let's see what your head is saying about this person. You've got the King of Swords. So it seems like your head and your heart are aligned. That King of Swords representing your air energy. So let's take a look at what's the bottom of the deck, the influencing energy for this reading. We have the Page of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, High Priestess. It's a sense of like really being able to communicate your ideas, be curious, possibly to this concept of just like not having control over things and letting things kind of just going with the flow is kind of a big influencer here. So let's do some clarifications and see why it is your person is kind of moving towards you with this Queen of Wands energy. You have here the 10 of Wands. So here it could be that they see that you're putting in a lot of work on yourself. Maybe you're trying to, make yourself look good. You are feeling attractive. You are putting in that effort. The bottom deck here, we have the Page of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, Ace of Wands. So it is, maybe you are doing things for like your health, maybe trying different things to make sure that you're energized or that you're feeling good and confident, eating certain foods or doing like exercise, going out in nature, going on walks. It's a sense of like you are trying to, again, that life purpose, like you're trying to make things fit into what it is that you want. So maybe you are really wanting this connection to work, or you really are wanting to feel good and confident about yourself, and you're putting in that dedication. Maybe this is someone that, sees you at the gym, something like that, or sees you as you are going on walks or hikes or something. So let's take a look at why there's this Five of Wands here for how they see you. So a lot of wands, fire energy going on. So you might be dealing with a fire sign like, Aries or Sagittarius, Leo, but it could be any sign, but there's a lot of like fiery energy here. So let's take a look at this 5 of Wands. We have here the Moon. So it could be that, like I was saying, they're looking for fun. It could be in the past, they've dealt with some emotional issues. They're trying to overcome some things. So it could be that they see you having this like passion. It's almost like you recognize your worth and that you are kind of stepping into your power, and they recognize that maybe you're not going to tolerate things that you would have tolerated, or you wouldn't have been so concerned about, but it might be more their fear, their concerns. So we have here the Page of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles. So it's kind of like there is a sense of their inner child. They're trying to protect themselves a little bit there. So let's take a look at the 10 of Cups for how they are feeling for Gemini. Let's see what more we can get there. We have the Knight of Wands. You've got the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the Knight of Wands, more fire energy. So they're really feeling attracted to you. They really want to, they're excited about you. They feel like you have this ability to kind of help them be in that place of joy and excitement. We have here the Queen of Swords and the Tower, 6 of Pentacles. It is the sense of you are kind of trying to be in a place like they see you almost as someone who isn't going to take crap. Maybe they've had a situation in the past where they've dealt with someone who, they thought they could like change or fix things, or they weren't as fun. But it's like I'm getting a sense that this is like someone from their past, but also an aspect of you, with this Queen of Swords, this air element here, but more in the sense of you can be like rational and reasonable. You can be like curious about things. You can really, like this Page of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune, like they really want to be with someone who can like roll with the punches and be curious and, be excited about something new and not necessarily trying to hold on to something that wasn't working. So I feel like that's part of like a past energy there. So let's take a look at this King of Wands, why it is that your heart is telling Gemini King of Wands about this person or this connection. You've got the King of Cups. So all these kings, it's almost a sense of like mature, like a mature connection, like really trying to put not only the best foot forward for other people to see, but in yourselves. Like this concept of this life purpose, like wanting to make sure that the right people are coming in and fitting there. And you have the Hierophant and Death and the Ace of Pentacles. It's like really this sense of you're kind of doing what, like having like rules or standards. It's not like that concept of like the rules for dating. It's like having certain standards for yourself and people meeting, certain criteria. Number one, it seems like people who are willing to recognize aspects of themselves that just no longer are serving them, and this sense of like wanting a new sense of self-worth and who you are and how you feel about the things you're doing. It's a sense of like really values showing up here. So let's see with this King of Swords for what your head is saying about this person or connection here. Two of Wands. So there is definitely a spark that is drawing you two together. You recognize it. It's like you both recognize it, and your head is saying like, hey, let's see where this goes. Let's kind of, if they're willing to take a step forward, I want to take a step forward. So here we got the Page of Cups, Page of Pentacles, very flirtatious, Ace of Wands, very flirtatious, very like, crush-worthy, like really, this is almost that sense of that rainbow reviver concept of like having fun, pursuing what feels good, what makes you happy and excited, and really like chasing those possibilities, exploring those possibilities, like a lot of Page energy here. And for some of those people that might be in more significant, serious relationships, it's almost a sense of potential for having a family together, having kids together, kind of curious about where things are taking you. So let's see about this energy, this Wheel of Fortune and Page of Swords energy. Like, what is that about? We have here the Four of Pentacles, and here the energy here. We got the Five of Swords and Temperance. So it seems like both of you to some degree are trying to like heal things from the past, trying to like make sure you walk away from things that aren't serving you, that are that you're going for that place of joy, that you are like making sure the people that come into your lives are right for you. I think it's interesting how they see you as someone who might, it's almost like they're a little bit afraid of you, maybe afraid of the possibilities, perhaps because you remind them a little bit of someone from their past. It might not necessarily be an ex, it could be like a mother. But basically they're wanting to let someone in who is going to be good for them, just like you are trying to make sure that people who you're bringing into your world fit into what you are trying to achieve, and like the concept of self-worth. And even the Four of Pentacles, and this Four of Pentacles, this person is kind of blocked off, but there's the concept of that Four of Pentacles where someone wants to be grounded, and they're protecting themselves, and they're wanting to make sure there's that solid foundation there. So Gemini, let's take a look at what's being held back. You feel like home. Being with you reminds me of simpler times. You bring me so much happiness and peace. Obsessed. I think I'm obsessed with you. I think about you all the time, stalk your socials, and hope I run into you when I'm out. There's that kind of fiery energy, but also that concept of I feel like home with this 10 of Cups. Like that's how they are feeling about Gemini. And it's on. I see you looking good and moving on. I don't care who you're talking to. I'm better. I will compete for you. It's almost like more that like they see you as this queen of the Queen of Wands there. They see you putting in that effort. They see you making a change, and they want to, it's like that King of Wands, what your heart's telling them. It's like they see you as their Queen of Wands, like that match of, like that power couple match. So let's see what advice we have for Gemini. We have health. Health issues could arise. So I get that more being like you're putting in effort, or maybe both of you are putting in effort for feeling your best, looking good. Again, that concept of maybe you guys like work out together, go to the gym together, something along those lines. I'm being distracted by this thing here and wondering what that is. It's the fan kind of moving around. We have Mercury retrograde, electronic issues, communication issues, review everything. So how you communicate, this concept of the Page of Swords, like how you kind of communicate, challenges, obstacles, good news, bad news, ups and downs. It's like really letting things, not trying to control things too much, and being curious about how can you solve it, what can be done, as opposed to like being really stuck in a certain way is kind of what I'm getting from there. And then we have this honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. So it seems like these cards kind of indicate things are going well, and it does take effort to keep things going good. So make sure you are taking care of your emotional health, your physical health, and make sure that the things that you want to communicate, that it's not something just flippantly said, but more like sticking with that intention of how you want to be perceived, how you want to interact with people, and kind of following through on your word, and also making sure that there's like not really miscommunication, that here in this kind of Two of Wands, these kind of times where there's a spark, and kind of making sure that you don't pull away from it. It's like don't pull away from that potential if you're feeling that spark. So this is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope this reading provides a helpful perspective of how someone is feeling towards you. We'll see you next time. Take care.